Patch 12.0.5 is it's coming. It's going live, guys. We got like a week for this thing to show up. So the first 0.5 patch, the first patch of Midnight is coming. What exactly is coming with it? A lot more than your typical 0.5 patch.
Let us lay waste
Cap,
to this realm.
thank you for the follow, and Miss Vamps, thank you for the follow. Welcome to our Scourge. Yeah, it's a robust 0.5 patch. Let's check this video out right here. Everything coming in Midnight patch 12.0.5 from Mr. GM.
Hello there and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about patch 12.0.5. Yes, the first mini patch of Midnight. In this video we're going to go through everything that you need to know, all the features, all the changes, all the updates, everything that is coming in 12.05. But before we jump into that, guys, I do want to give a massive thank you to all of our channel members and everyone over on the Patreon. Just so I'm posting over there fairly regularly, and if you want to support the channel in that way, I'll leave a link down below. All right, so yes, patch 12.05 is coming, with the official release date being April 21st in the NA region and April 22nd in the EU. This first minor patch of Midnight is stacked with content for pretty much everyone, which I think is fantastic. There is a lot to get through here, so let's just jump into it.
I just hope everything works. I just want to say that he's going to get into everything that's coming. I just hope it all works. We've seen the 0.5 patches recently, like the Hallowfall one with the light army assaults or whatever the fuck they were called, the void assault. Those things were trash, man. They were so broken you couldn't even do them. So we're getting stuff like that in this 0.5 patch. I just hope it all works, and if it does, I think we'll have some decent amount of content to do here as we wait for the first major raid patch that'll be next.
Starting with Void Assaults. So these are ongoing zone assaults that run between two zones in Quel'Thalas. They run between the Eversong Woods and Zulaban, with it rotating weekly. Essentially here you do kind of small group activities which contribute to an overall bar in the zone, sort of like world quests that everyone is kind of contributing to. Once the main zone-wide bar has reached 100%, you head over to that location and the scenario takes place. This is sort of like a big invasion from the void, of course, and you got to take it out with everybody around you. Once that is completed, it does repeat. You get these smaller events happening around the zone and you contribute to the bar. Once you reach 100% again, you do the event again, and you can just repeat those. Now, these void assaults do work in tandem with another feature of 12.05.
Actually, I didn't know that we were going to fill up a giant zone bar. This kind of reminds me of like the Emerald Dream patch with the seeds, where everybody had to contribute to the seeds to really kick off the event. Interesting.
And those are ritual sites. Now, these are short 1 to 5 player instances which feel like a combination of horrific visions and delves. There are two locations for these. In the Eversong Woods, you have the Dagger Spine Point, and in Zulaban, you have the Broken Throne. These are two areas which are kind of outside areas, but as said, this is an instance content. Both of them won't be active at the same time. They rotate weekly, and they run in the opposing zone to the Void Assault. So if there's a Void Assault in the Eversong Woods, the ritual site will be in Zulaban, and vice versa. Now, these ritual sites have 5 tiers of difficulties. Tier 1...
Oh, wow. These are like fully fledged. They're almost like delves. What the hell? We got up to tier 5, 4 challengers, or 4 challenges. You could do these things, by the way, same as delves, 1 to 5 players. So these will be interesting. Blizzard bringing back scenarios. When was the last time we had scenarios? Did we have them in Shadowlands? I don't remember. But I know that Blizzard tried to make them a thing for a while, then they weren't a thing. Now they're back, it looks like. And Cab Pickles, welcome in. I'm glad you got your question answered.
2 could be done straight away, but the higher ones will require you to unlock challenges. So challenges are sort of like affixes of sorts. There are 8 different challenges you can choose, and these are unlocked through ritual site gameplay, and the game actually tells you how to unlock them, which is really nice. Now, you need to unlock and enable challenges to access the higher tiers. If you want to do tier 3, you need to activate 1 challenge. If you want to do a tier 4, it's 2, and tier 5, it is 4 in total. The more challenges active, the more rewards at the end of your run, but obviously the difficulty does increase. If you really want to do it, you could do like a tier 1 with 8 challenges if you really wanted to. You can kind of mix it up quite nicely, and these affixes do vary quite a lot between like powerful NPCs walking around, or bosses being empowered by different buffs, or giant purple tentacles coming.
The scenarios came and stopped with Mop. Didn't they show up in WoD too? Like, I remember the bombing of Theramore was a scenario that you played through. There wasn't any real progression to it. There was no tiers to it like this is, but that was a scenario. I don't remember where. I feel like there was something. This kind of is like a scenario and a Torghast run combined with the affixes and the tiers and shit.
after you. There are various different challenges here with various different levels of difficulty for sure, but they are very varied and unique, which is nice to see. Now, Void Assaults and Ritual Sites will be using a brand new currency for all of their rewards. This currency is called a Field Accolade. This is not a warbound currency and is used to purchase all of the new rewards that you can get from Ritual Sites and Void Assaults. More on that in a moment, but there is also a new renown attached to Ritual Sites. This renown is called Ritual Sites. This is a 8-level renown with 2,500 reputation per level. This is gained from completing Ritual Sites. You can just keep doing them and doing them to farm this rep.
Oh,
so
nice. You get coffer key shards from these too. Hey, that's always nice.
If you wanted to kind of slam the reputation in like a day, you could potentially do that, but it would take you a little bit of time. Now, the rewards from this renown kind of vary. You have various upgrades to Ritual Sites, like lower buffs or different treasures and things like that. You've got various different decor you can purchase for the currency, different pets, and the Void Touch Hawkstrider mount is available to purchase once you reach the highest level of renown. So 8-level renown, not too bad, and will be pretty quick to farm out. Other rewards from Ritual Sites do include player power. You can actually purchase a cache of Void Touch armaments. This comes in 2 different variants. You have one which gives champion gear and one that gives hero track gear. So you can get hero track from this. It will take 500 field accolades to buy one hero track, and it gives around about 100 or so for a tier 5. So you can work that out. But it is going to be really good catch up for your characters. Unfortunately, as mentioned, the currency is not warbound, so this will be character specific. Ooh. Another good thing about Ritual Sites is they do contribute to the world row of the Great Vault, with completing a tier 5 giving a hero track item at 269, which is actually higher than anything we get from the world row. So this is actually going to be
shit. That's a pretty big deal. 269 from world content. What is tier 8 delves? I don't think it gives that high.
Pretty lucrative way of gearing for a lot of characters who play solo or in small groups. This system also features a ton of new transmog. You purchase these through Void Touch caches from the vendor for field accolades. This includes some Void themed weapons, and it also includes a purple recolor of the HD tier 2 set from the anniversary event. This is purchased through different boxes like a helm box, a shoulder box, etc. But the good thing here is that you won't get duplicates, as it will only give you ones that you don't already have. The champion and hero loot also does use the same appearance, but
right, but I don't know if it gives you the class that you're currently opening it with, which would suck, because then you're buying these caches. We talked about this morning. You have to buy these hoping, you get the class piece of gear that you wanted, instead of getting like some fucking shaman set and you don't even have you're not even using your shaman. So I don't know why they didn't just make it so you could purchase the actual thing that you wanted. So, which would mean like you have to buy this thing. I don't know how many classes there are in the game. 12? You have to buy it how many times to ensure that you get the one that you wanted, unless you get lucky. But at least you won't get the same one twice. They have that RNG protection built in.
Get duplicates, as it will only give you ones that you don't already have. The champion and hero loot also does use the same appearance, but obviously that's just going to be for your specific class. So if you're playing multiple classes and buying the champion loot, it's probably going to be the best way here. But yeah, you can purchase the other class sets just through these Void Touch caches. As for mounts, there are a couple of mounts attached to this system, including the Void Touch Snapdragon, the Void Corrupted Hex Eagle, the Witherbark Warbear Mother, and the Void Corrupted Lynx, which is actually a bit of a secret mount, and it seems to actually come through crafting, through leatherworking, so not too sure how we get those. As for achievements as well, there are 18 different achievements attached to the Void Assaults in the zones. There is a meta achievement as well, which does reward a mount, the Unbound Mana Worm, as well as 48 individual achievements available for Ritual Sites. This is for completing it on different difficulties or completing with different challenges and things like that. So tons to do in regards to gameplay with Ritual Sites and Void Assaults in 12.05. Also in 12.05, we have a brand new game mode. This is the Decor duel. This is a casual, non-lethal PvP mode, which is 5v5 and is queued through the PvP group finder or at an NPC in the Falcon Wing Square. As of the recording of this, there is one map available. This is the Falcon Wing Square, but it was mentioned in the Stay of Azeroth event that there will be the 2 neighborhood areas as well, so maybe they'll come in a little bit later. The general gameplay of this is World of Warcraft's version of Prop Hunt, so if you're familiar with that, essentially there are 2 rounds, with one team being the hiders and the other team being the seekers, and then it rotates. When you're a hider, you have to disguise yourself as a decor item around the map and try not to be seen. You can switch your appearance to different decor items, or switch with the one in front of you. You can also lay traps and stun the seekers if
I would love to play this, but I can't play it with any of you because I'll be on fucking stream. So I can't show this shit. Otherwise, everyone will know where the hell I'm hiding. And the only way I could do it is I get paired with random people who aren't in the stream.
Do reveal you so you can try and get away. As a seeker,
won't
you'll
be
be
something we
running
can do
around the
together.
map trying to reveal and tag the hiders with your special abilities. There are 3 different seeker types that you can choose from with different abilities, including the Arcane Ranger.
Comment of the year. Greg would win this. He's good at hiding from his wife. True, yeah. Greg would be great at the prop hunt game, no doubt. He might actually do this.
The Nullifier and the Spellbreaker. So you're going to have different abilities that you can kind of use to reveal the people hiding as Decor, and then you tag them. And once they're tagged, obviously they are out. This system does include a new warbound currency, Illusionary Coin, which is used to purchase the new rewards, including the Magister's Spellbee Comb Mount and various new Transmog appearances, which are kind of High Elf and Blood Elf themed, and some, we've wanted for a long time.
Yeah, you can literally make yourself look like the Blood Elf guards in Silvermoon with some of these transmogs.
You can also purchase a ton of new decor with Voidlight Marl. You have some kind of basic things here, but you also have some Blood Elf themed items, which are very, very cool, including this Blood Elf themed swing, which is awesome. And there are various achievements attached to this system with a meta achievement, which currently does not reward anything. So yeah, Decor Duel is coming in 1205 prop hunt for World of Warcraft. It's pretty fun actually, and it's pretty harmless. Another world event coming in 1205 is Abyssal Anglers. Now you may have already heard of this before because it was originally in the beta for Midnight, but it was scrapped pretty late, and this is finally coming in patch 1205. Now this takes place in Zulaman in the Strait of Haxalor in the northeast side of the map. Now this is not really a fishing event and is more of a diving event. The gameplay here is that you swim around capturing fish and collecting treasures to increase your score as high as possible. When you're in there, you have 3 different abilities. You have a dash, which dashes you forward. You can fire your harpoons. This is what you shoot at the fish and wildlife to capture them, and then you also have an ability to surface, which ends your dive. Some creatures in the dive will have more armor, so you do need to hit them multiple times. You'll also have an oxygen bar, which you don't want to deplete because you will lose points for that, and the objective here, as said, is just to get as many points as you can. The more points you get,
I feel like this whole fishing event is like Blizzard's testing for something later. I don't know, this whole thing seems a little bit weird to me that I was going to say fish horning this one in. But it's like some kind of weird shooting at these guys. They got 3 little bubbles above their heads. You got to shoot all 3 to get it. I feel like, quote me on this, they're testing this for something later.
the more currency you get, which is a brand new currency attached to the system.
Dave the
called
Diver and
Angler
WoW, basically.
Pearls. This is warbound and
I've
is
heard of that
rewarded
game.
from the end of your dive. The amount of this currency you get does depend on your score. The system does feature 30 plus achievements. These range from capturing types of fish, gaining a total amount of points, or just random easy ones like running out of breath. There is a vendor which does sell different upgrades to your dive, including like more oxygen and things like that. And these do require specific achievements to be unlocked, so you can purchase these rewards. As for other rewards, there is some decor for 750 pearls each. You have different types of charms. You have a cooking spit, and you have the Zulaman Forest Hammock decor, which is cool. You can also purchase Fused Vitality from this system for 750 pearls each. You get 3 per character. This is the item which is currently attached to Abundance, so this is also going to be from here, but you can only get 3 per character, but it is a nice little catch-up if you do want to get some of those.
Yeah, the hammock's
You've got some
pretty
Transmog, you've got a one-handed mace, you've got a 3-piece ensemble, you've got the green diver suit finally coming in, you've got a lower buff in Zulaman, and you've got a new pet called Kebub.
I said this already when we actually talked about this whole event. They needed a mount. We needed a mount for this event. I can't believe they fucking gave us a capybara instead of a fucking mount. That would have made this thing actually fun and worth doing. Even if it was just like a swimming mount. I mean, geez. How'd they just do this whole thing and not give us a single mount?
For purchase. So a pretty fun little world event finally coming to the game in 1205. All right, moving on from world events and different game modes, let's talk about the Void Forge. Yes, the Void Forge is coming in 1205. So this is probably something you're currently building up or hopefully building up right now with a weekly quest from Decimus in the Void Storm. So let's talk about how this works. There are 2 different layers to this system. So the first layer is the Nebulous Void Core. So players use Nebulous Void Cores to easily obtain obtain specific equipment similar to bonus rolls, but slightly different. The way this works is that upon defeating a Midnight Season 1 raid boss, completing a Mythic Plus, a Bountiful Delve, or a Prey Hunt on Nightmare, you can choose to spend your Nebulous Void Cores to receive a random item appropriate for your loot specialization from that activity. If you want to get an item from the raid, it will cost 2, but all others will cost 1. There will be a loot window that pops up telling you what potential items you could get, and after receiving an item this way, it is actually removed from the loot pool. And
this is awesome, and I said, I got mad when I saw this. I was like, oh, so Blizzard is capable of ensuring that our vaults don't give us items that we already have. That's what you're telling me with this technology right here. They still like to see the pain of us getting 3 rings that are the same in the same vault that we already also have equipped to ourselves. So that's great to know. But this is really cool. This is essentially like a customized personal loot where you can re-roll on a boss, especially ones that you know you want that specific trinket from or that specific tier set piece or whatever it is. You can re-roll on this shit. So this is really cool.
All of the eligible items have been obtained on a per difficulty basis. The item level of the Mythic Plus rewards from Nebulous Void Cores is equivalent to the Great Vault rewards of that Keystone level, so you will get myth items from a Keystone level 10 and above, which is crazy. Insane. The total number of Nebulous Void Cores available to a character increases by 2 every week for the remainder of the season, so basically bonus rolls with extra steps. The other part of the Void Forge is Ascended Void Cores. So once you've completed the Void Forge's construction, Decimus will ask players to assist him in crafting an Ascendant Nilhammer, a powerful tool capable of manipulating Ascended Void Cores to empower worthy equipment. So this is unlocked on your wall.
This thing is the craziest thing of it all. The fact that you'll be able to move up a track on your gear, that's crazy. Because Blizzard for a while now has kind of locked up myth track gear behind very specific things, and if you're talking about raiding, it's just Mythic Raid. So being able to push a piece of gear into another track, that's awesome.
Band, and these are acquired from Midnight Season 1 endgame content, so raids, Mythic Plus, Bountiful Delves, and Nightmare difficulty prey hunts. So once you have an Ascended Void Core and you consume it, it infuses an eligible weapon or trinket with additional power to increase its item level. And this is only eligible on fully upgraded hero and myth quality items, or the maximum quality Radiant crafted weapons and trinkets. So this is essentially a turbo boost of sorts. You build.
Wait, you can push it. Do you not have to recraft then? Is that what he just said? That you could use it on crafted weapons? That would be amazing, man. Imagine instead of having to recraft. I'm probably understanding that wrong, because the amount of shit you need to recraft something's quite a lot. If you just use this hammer and pump it up to the next level, that'd be pretty crazy.
Look, this currency, and you can upgrade different weapons and different trinkets to an even higher item level than they were previously. So yeah, quite an interesting system there. We're kind of getting the turbo boost a little bit earlier in the season. It seems a bit more ingrained in the...
No, you can't only use it on myth. He just said you want to push heroic up to myth. You can do that. There's no point in using it on myth track gear. It's already at the highest track. This thing pumps you up to another track. So it takes things up to myth track.
The story of the game as well, which seems pretty cool, and I kind of like the way that this works, and I can't wait to see how it actually plays out. We haven't had a chance to test this on the PTR, unfortunately. Moving on into class changes. So I'm not going to go through every specific class change here because it'll be all day, but there are class changes for warriors, hunters, mages, rogues, warlocks, druids, shamans, monks, demon hunters, death knights, and evokers. So basically everybody is getting some kind of class changes. If you want to see the specific class changes, I'll leave a link down below to the developer notes or the patch notes, depending on when they come out. So yeah, you can check those out if you want to check out what's going on for your specific class. Sticking with classes here, demon hunters are getting some extra customization in the patch, including new eye customization options for all current Demon Hunter races. So you'll have the option to have green fire eyes, just green eyes, void eyes, or void fire eyes. As mentioned, available to all Demon Hunter races. For Void Elves, you are finally getting your new blindfold options that were data mined in beta. New colors.
This is all great. I like these added customizations.
Colors are coming. You don't have to share colors with the Blood Elves anymore. You do have some new colors for your blindfold. unfolds. For Dracthyr Evokers, you have a new ability called Battle Visage. Now, Battle Visage is a toggled ability like Chosen Identity. While active, you automatically assume your Visage form whenever you're not casting draconic spells, such as Fire Breath and Soar. Now, there is a ton of different abilities this does affect, like Deep Breath, Dream Flight, Fire Breath, Eternity Surge, Hover, Spatial Paradox, Rescue, Zephyr, various different abilities. Basically, anything draconic will turn you into a dragon, but then as soon as you finish the cast, you will turn back into your...
That's awesome, and it has an animation too. This is a great thing for a Dracthyr, and I say this every time we mention this. They got to do the same for Worgens. How could you make Worgens stay as giant furries during their fights? They're undercover furries. Everybody knows that, so they should be able to do the same thing. I wonder if Blizzard's ever going to enable that. Just let Worgens fight as humans, and then transform them whenever they do some kind of Worgen ability or something. I have no idea.
Visage form. The other thing that's happening is that many abilities that kind of used to force you...
They actually don't have really Worgen-specific abilities. They're unlike them, so you should be able to just be a Worgen whenever you want.
Into Dracthyr...
Yeah, exactly. They don't have Worgen-specific abilities. So you could really just fight as a Gilnean human. That should be a thing. But I guess it's not. They still got to fight as Worgen.
Have had some visual adjustments for your Visage form, so an ability like Disintegrate, for example, can now be cast in your Visage form. So if you like being in your Visage form in combat as a Dracthyr Evoker, that is something that's basically coming in 12.05. We have some Transmog updates in 12.05, including a new update to sheathing. So as of the patch, you will be able to choose how your weapon sheaths. You can hide it when sheathing, or you can have it on your side or on your back, depending on the weapon. This is just a new drop down on the Transmog UI. It is an amazing change. People are super happy about it.
Yeah,
there's
cool.
also 2 brand new situations being added, one for weather and one for time of day. So an expansion of the situation system in 12.05. We also have some UI updates, including an update to the damage meter. The damage meter windows...
Wait, what do you mean? A situations? You could pick the fucking weather? Locations, time of day. Oh, situational for your Transmog. Okay. Oh man, I'm tripping this morning. I don't know what's in my coffee. I thought you could pick the weather. I'm like, what? Since when?
5. We also have some UI updates, including an update to the damage meter. The damage meter windows now have a minimize and maximize button, leaving only the header when the bar is minimized. There's also a brand new icon for stay a while and listen NPCs. So yeah, just some minor changes there. Now for housing, there is some changes here, but I can't really show you any because housing is not enabled on the PTR. So I'm just going to tell you about it and kind of put it up on the screen. But yeah, unfortunately, I can't show you a lot of these things. Now there is an update to kicking out guild members in your guild neighborhood. So it says if a guild member is currently in a guild neighborhood and is kicked or leaves the guild, they will now be teleported out of the guild neighborhood during their eviction. Their eviction notice will also be visible while teleporting. There are also some updates to the house exterior editor. So they've added a pop-up to warn about decor attached to your house when swapping types. They've added a hide and show decor toggle while editing your house exterior, and they now prevent the position and rotation from resetting when swapping exterior house types. They've also updated the exterior house editor button to use a unique button icon. Also for housing, they've implemented a new budget icon for house upgrades, added a click functionality to decor. You can now click a decor to open the decor catalog, and shift clicking the decor will also link it in chat. Decor and houses now fade in rather than just popping in at a distance, and they've added a friendlier message when trying to enter a house that you're not allowed in. And they've also updated the chat messages when acquiring decor. Decor will now hyperlink from the chat to the catalog. Also, your dyed versions of the same decor are now shown on one card instead of multiple cards in the decor catalog, with the ability to cycle between your owned variants in the preview window. In the cornerstone pane, they've updated the confirmation dialogues for buy and move to include the plot number, neighborhood, and price, and they've added a new tutorial help tip for how to switch endeavors, and added a reminder in the inactive endeavors page that only one endeavor can be contributed to at one time. And finally, for housing, they added a tooltip for endeavors completion reward that displays the house XP and community coupons earned. So yeah, as said, can't show you any of those because housing isn't enabled, but quite a lot of good updates for housing there. Going into a few minor changes here for 12.05, we have an LFR Dragonfly NPC finally. So there is a new NPC to queue for LFR difficulty for Dragonflight raids. This is located in Valdrakken, right next to the Valdrakken Accord Quartermaster at the Seat of the Aspects on the ground floor. For professions, cooking and vendor refreshments now restore health and mana based on a percentage
This is pretty
rather
cool.
than a fixed amount. This is actually a huge change
Yeah.
and is very, very good. So yeah,
I talked about it this morning, making the old NPCs relevant again. I think this is a cool change.
basically all food is going to be changed as of 12:05. And finally, the biggest change of all, Haranir
About time,
and
yeah, seriously.
Earthen will finally get new backgrounds for their race in the character UI. Yeah, no more black background for you. You do have an actual image there now. So yeah, there you go. That is 12:05. There is a lot of
That's a lot.
gameplay stuff here, especially for outdoor world players. Obviously, the Voidforge stuff is huge for a lot of players that are raiding, that are doing dungeons and everything like that. A bit of everything for everyone there for sure. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on patch 12:05. And don't forget to leave a like on this video, guys, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you do want to support me outside of YouTube, I'm also on Patreon, and I'm on Twitter at MrGMYT, and I have a partner Discord channel as well. And also I am streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me stream World of Warcraft, Midnight, Season 1, 12:05, any sort of WoW,
Yes.
I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.
Oh, great stuff. This was all cool. And what I thought was really nice was that whole freaking upgrade system. I think the upgrade system, in terms of taking stuff from hero track to myth track, I think he talked about it here. Yeah, the Void Forge. I think the Void Forge is a huge deal. And the bonus rolls on shit. This is going to change how you gear out. This is a big deal, and hopefully they carry it going forward. Other than that, for a 0.5 patch, is pretty damn massive. It is. And make Worgans able to not stay in Worgen form. How about that? Nice one. Overall, cool video from Mr. GM.